I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking, wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken, and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes.
Man, these little ones are growing pretty fast. And each time I move them on a new patch of grass, they not only eat the grass, which provides them with some nutrients, they also leave behind manure, which leaves nutrients and good things for the soil. So as I was moving this tractor right here, I was trying to get it really close to our fruit tree here. This is actually an apple tree. So not only are they fertilizing the soil for other things that we're trying to grow around the apple tree, I'm hoping they'll also add some good, nice fertilizer for the apple tree as well. And speaking of this apple tree, it has been on this property longer than we have. I didn't plant it. My father-in-law did. It really needs to be pruned, and I have never pruned a fruit tree before. My wife and I have pruned things like tomatoes and cucumbers to encourage them to produce more fruit. But we've never done, nor do we really know how to prune fruit trees. So today we have a friend coming to help us to prune these trees. But before they do that, I need to finish up with our ducklings here, my chores with our ducklings. So this is one flock that we have here in this duck chicken tractor here. So it's time to move. We have one more that we're gonna move. What is going on here? Oh man, we have a leak here. Oh. Looks like it froze and busted. Oh man, and these guys have just been getting all wet. Oh man. Oh. Oh man, you guys are pretty wet, aren't you? We gotta get you guys moved. So I guess the water hose didn't get turned off and emptied out, and as the temperatures just dropped overnight, it just caused the nozzle there to, looks like, yep, there's the crack right there. It just cracked and then just started leaking. So as that water froze and expanded as ice, it just made the nozzle crack, and the water just kept running out of that crack. So we're gonna have to figure out how to move these guys. Oh man, it's all messy, so let's get this stuff out of there. We're just gonna take everything out here. Man, you guys are all wet. Good things are ducklings, not chicks. This would be really bad. But you guys, it's a little chilly to be just hanging out like this. Oh yeah, let's get this heater out of here. Yeah. I was planning to move them right here in this area right here, but since things are still, the water just came over in this area as well and just made the ground muddy. They really need to get over to our area over here, just where there's more things growing for them and it's not muddy. So I'm gonna need some backup for this because I definitely need an extra hand. Hey guys, I just got a problem I need your help with. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
All right, so somebody left on the water hose, then the water hose froze, and then the nozzle cracked, and then we had a leak, so I need some help moving the ducklings.
Well, they've had plenty of water.
Yeah. And since this area right here beside them where I was gonna move it is wet too, we're gonna have to just move on over to the next bed here. So we're gonna move them on over to here on this next section. However, it is a little bit of a dip since we've done raised beds, and where the walkways are, they kind of dip down. So as I pull the chicken tractor over here, if you guys can just kind of watch and make sure that none of the ducklings escape, and we'll just try to make this as smooth as we can on the ducklings.
I wake up from the sunshine on my face, so dehydrated, don't know what to say. Who's sleeping by my side? What did I do last night? Can someone make this headache go away? Yesterday was supposed to be quiet, being to myself and sit in silence, until I got a call. My friend showed up at my door. They wanted me to go out for a while. We were dancing in the dark with a feeling in our eyes. Felt like we had it all. We were dancing in the dark. We were dancing in the dark.
Good.
Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
Why keep your hands out?
Oh, Michael, come here. Can you move it?
Watch the side here. Hold on, slow down, slow down. We're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, hold on. Have to give that a little more encouragement.
Can someone make this headache go away? We were dancing in the dark with a feeling in.
There we go. No more mud, right, guys? Woo! Little guy right here looks like he's struggling a little bit more. Might have to rinse him off. You think about taking him inside and giving him a little bath, a warm bath?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it looks like it's shivering a little bit.
Okay, let's take this one in. It's just soaking wet, muddy.
Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around us.
Hello, no one. Come here.
Pack our bags and get in that car. Drive real far.
Yeah.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. couple of tunes and a coffee too. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time. Driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday.
And I think my friend is here right now. How's it going?
Hey, Mike. Man, how's it going?
Doing well, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And for those of you who don't remember, this is Alex, the flower guy. He has his own YouTube channel, but he's here to help me out with pruning some of my fruit trees. I really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, I've got something for you and your wife here.
Uh-oh.
Here's part of it. So this is that right here.
Ooh, what is that?
This is lilac, which is a winterberry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then I've got some roping to put it in for you.
Okay. Sweet.
Roping.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I carry it, it's heavy. But I've got the roping. I had some extra. I was bringing that for sure, but I had extra of this because one of the wholesalers didn't buy this.
Okay.
They didn't order it. I threw an extra one in there.
So fantastic. You had all of your van here filled up with stuff?
Oh, it was full to the brim.
Man, so what all did you have in there? You have all of that?
Well, I had ilex, and that was filled to about halfway. I broke it on the way.
Oh, man.
Because it was that full. These things are heavy.
Oh, man.
And then it was probably about this high, full of pine and rope, all different things, 3 different types: boxwood, pine, and Fraser.
That's cool. So he's got, what's it again, ilex here for us?
Yeah, ilex, and this is roping.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So can you,
Thank you. Can I what?
I'm trying to think what it's called right now. I'm drawing a blank. Can you graft these or whatever? Or?
You can. It was cut last night, so you could probably try. It grows. It probably put it around the pond.
That would be cool.
Yeah, right, like this close to the pond.
Really?
Slap it right in there. Yeah, because it grows right over water.
Cool.
You always try to fall and get in there when you're getting it from the creek.
Oh.
Yeah. I got this, and then I have my pruners with me.
So what are some of the major tools that you suggest having for when you're pruning your trees?
Just pruners and some way to keep clean cuts. So I have my chainsaw has almost a brand new blade on it.
Okay.
And you always want a clean cut because you don't want it serrated and mess it up, and it thinks it's like giving some sort of graft, but it's really not. It just needs to be clean right to the crown.
Okay.
So a saw of some sort, and you don't even really need that if it's a smaller tree. A saw and your pruners.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a slow go, and apple trees are forgiven. You could do a lot to an apple tree and still produce. It's one of those things like, if you were to go more than 1/3 of the way and cut more than that on something that has been pruned back in a decent amount of time, every other year at least, they're pretty forgiving. They'll come back with new growth in the early spring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Yes, we go over.
Oh, I need to show you where they are.
One's over here, right? It's right in the middle.
I'm just letting him lead the way like he knows where he's going. I'll show you where to go.
Yeah, I'm home.
So this tree right here has been our main producer,
Right.
but this one's produced a little bit, but they're both pretty much the same age.
It's up to you, but when you were sending me pictures and stuff, this really needs to come off of there.
Okay.
And the reason why is because you only want one main stem coming out, and then you want your laterals, only 3 main laterals coming out of the tree. So if you take for this, I would honestly call it a shoot just like the rest of them. You know, you want to take this out here, and I would clean out around the tree more. And because these little suckers are coming up, I would put your soil from your chickens over here about this high on the tree just for nutrients.
Okay.
And so I would clean it off there right at the collar. They call this at the tree the collar. And you don't want a flush cut, you just want it right on the outside of it there.
Okay.
And then we'll just start taking all inward branches out, because anything inward it's not giving the proper airflow for nutrients and pests. And then the next part to that is if you're taking all your inward out, then you have more room and growth for your actual fruit.
Now, which branches are your inward branches? How can you tell the difference?
So this would be an inward branch here.
Okay,
this is an inward branch. And how you know is because it's coming back to the center.
Okay.
Everything's coming back to the center.
So you want it to branch out.
Yes. Everything out and everything laterally. Because vertically, the fruit fall off or can't grow. It's holding too much weight. So everything you want laterally coming out. Like this, it'd be hanging down here, of course.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining that good enough.
They make sense.
Okay. All right, and then it's really based on judgment how many you actually want inside of there. But the smaller ones I would take out of there, so you're working your way out instead of up. And generally, looking at this tree, you'd want to take off a third of the tree. And you want it to look like an upside down umbrella.
Upside down umbrella, that's a good analogy. That's a good visual picture for me to think about there, yeah. Yeah, so you don't want to do more than a third because that could be detrimental to the tree.
Well, yes, in a couple cases, but like I was telling you, apple trees are very forgiving. But yes, it could be detrimental to the tree, but also you just want to take priority and precaution throughout the year to check it out to say, okay, the next year I can cut back the new growth again, a third. So then eventually your trees will be how you want them without dramatic shocks, so you can keep producing fruit year round. Not year round, sorry. You can keep producing fruit every year. If we chop this tree back hard, you won't get any fruit from it.
Yeah. We definitely want it to produce fruit for us.
Yeah.
Want it to grow well and produce fruit.
Yeah. So
That's reason for having a fruit tree, right?
I think so. Applesauce. That's my favorite thing is applesauce. Apple pies.
There you go.
What's your favorite? What are you going to use the tree for?
Oh man, I just like eating them raw and
Yeah.
fresh. Just you too, Sayla?
Yeah, they were really good this year because they were sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, do what we need to do to produce more fruit.
Okay. So we'll just start. I don't know if you want to as well, but I'm going to cut all the inward branches out. It makes it much easier.
Okay.
So we'll just start there. See it really good right here? I got a clean cut on the back side of this tree going inward, and that's the collar where I'm cutting at.
Okay.
And we prune the trees in the wintertime and dead winter when all of the leaves are off. You can do it at any time really from when the cold starts, but apple trees really need a cold season. I think it's like, I don't remember, they're all different. They're a couple hundred days, like 150 to sometimes 200 days depending on what variety of trees that you have. And we're doing red bud. Some of these that we cut, for instance, the reason why I would cut it as the flower guy is this tree is because if you see this here, all of this was producing buds, and everywhere that you had the apple at was producing a bud. So I would come down here to a node and I would clip there and I would take this to the wholesaler. So they were paying me for this, well, not with the fruit on it, but with the bud. And it's pretty and purple, or not purple. This one is pink.
I believe so.
Like a light?
It's like a light pink.
A light pink? Yeah. Some of them are really dark red, vibrant colors and light pinks, and so they really love to have these woody branches in early spring.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason why we cut them.
Another thing about this branch right here is having it makes it harder to tend and keep around the tree as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's harder. You have to duck in here to try to weed eat or throw the duck in there.
Yeah.
Try to get that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, taking that off, it will leave you 3 main branches coming out.
Okay.
And the same almost with this one, but you're producing a lot of fruit here, so we should probably keep that one to see what it's doing.
Yes, yes.
So,
okay.
that's what I would say. That's
All
where
right.
I'm going with it. The main things that I would usually cut off is the top and the inward branches, because you need airflow for one that'll keep going over. But the second one is when you cut off the top, it makes it expand out to the horizon. You don't want it so much vertical, because if you're trying to, Sayla's trying to prune or harvest these, she can't get up there so far with her ladder and it's dangerous. So if you can have them more spread out, it's easier to go through with the apple picker or your hand and pull them out.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, okay, that'd be good. Put that in there. That's good. Okay, so he's going with that one. Pruners. What's that?
The wood of the apple tree smells good.
Oh, I keep the apple. I don't smoke the apple. I cook with the apple. I dry it out, put it somewhere, and have it for chicken, or apple chicken is great.
Wow.
So that's what I would keep it for.
Yeah, just smelling the branches smells good.
Yeah. How I would end up, like right here, I would let this one probably keep coming out. Some of these I wouldn't, so I would bring it back here, and you kind of form it how you want it. So it's going to stop here. It's going to go up right here, and like the upside down umbrella thing, you want it to be kind of in formation with it. I'm going to stand back for just a second. Okay, and I'm just generally looking. I mean, you could take your tape measure, whatever you got. I mean, it doesn't have to be so specific when I'm doing these things. I just look to see generally where a third of the tree's at. And for us, the third of the tree on the new growth is right there where all the forks are at, splitting off. And you can't really reach that anyways at this very moment. So all of your fruit really will be on the circumference of the tree on the external side, not the upper side this year. Or this upcoming season, I should say.
Oh.
And that, what I just showed you when I got here, what is that lilac? You just ride on the side of the road and say, oh, there's a red spot right there. Go, if somebody's there, you can go talk to the person. If they say no, then you offer them 10%, whatever you think it'll be.
Okay.
And then that's usually how we do it on the fruit trees and stuff. And you literally ride around sometimes and ask people, hey, can I fertilize your tree and cut it next year? And people are like, what if I pay you? How about that? So it works for the most part. People are pretty shocked about that, to get paid to cut your own tree.
I can see why they would be shocked by that, but it would almost be like a no-brainer to me. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah, come on over. Do we get the fruit? And I tell people I'm only trimming a third of it, and I don't usually take I don't take any of the fruit really. So, you know, that's good.
So they don't have to do any work. They have their trees pruned, and they can make a little bit of money sometimes. I don't know how hard that would be. That'd be an easy decision for me.
Yeah, I mean, really. How low do you want the tree to come out? It's all really on you. This one it's hard to deal with, but we could deal with it. It's up to you.
That was fine, because as long as you don't think it would cause any problems, because you can still.
I think for me, I would take it out.
Okay, because of the cleaning it up, or
just because you have a lot of laterals here, but it's going to be hanging against the ground, and a lot of people don't think about it, but that's an easy way for pests to get up in there. And then you got your tree taken out by some pest or disease. So that's what I would do. I would cut it out.
All right, then let's cut it out.
Okay.
You're the pro. So Alex, how did you learn to do pruning trees and all this stuff?
So a couple years ago, I decided that I was doing some landscaping work and that it wasn't for us. And I had to figure out another way to be able to provide for the family. And I was thinking, what spikes my interest most? Well, I started with microgreens. Well, microgreens wasn't really where it was at for me. And so I was thinking, what's going to be next? Well, there was a guy that came along, and opportunity is where it lays. I mean, if you're looking for open doors, sometimes it'll be there. And so anyways, he took me under his wing, and basically we started going through pruning people's trees. He's an older guy, he's 88 years old, and I can barely keep up with him. He's just very goal driven, and that's really good to know by him, because that's where I'm learning all my experience from. And I already had experience in fruit trees because I was doing that with my landscaping business, but what I added to that was how to sell the tree after I'm finished with it, selling the product, selling the service first, and then selling the product, so you double your money out of one tree.
Makes sense.
Yeah. like the small ones and they get through some stuff, but it's a little bit harder to squeeze, which is fine.
It looks so much better.
There is some smaller branches in the interior up there, but the best thing to do is let it produce again, and then next winter is do a hard prune back.
Okay.
And then if you have two trees that are producing really well, you can take one and do a hard cut on it and keep the other one and do the exact same thing.
Okay.
So you stagger them out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. This one I can kind of get in there too. You might be able to work a little bit better with this one. This right here, I know that a couple years ago that it was trimmed, and the reason why is because look how straight it is. When you bring this into a wholesaler, they like flock over top of you because this is exactly what they want. It's so perfection. When it actually has blooms, it's like perfection to them. So they'll pay you $1.50 for a stem like this.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Nope. Is that duck all nice and clean?
Yeah, it's had a spa day. A bath and a blowout.
Man, it looks so much better. Not a blowout diaper, right?
You men don't get your hair cut very often, do you? No, you don't.
Oh, look at my hair. It doesn't get cut off. She's making fun of me.
Hey, but at least it shows that I took care of some babies though, right?
I guess it makes sense that she would know what a blowout diaper is. But no, it's got to blow dry.
Yeah. I bet there were some people thinking I meant blowout tire. I'm thinking blowout diaper.
Say hey, babies. They look better than they did.
They really love these apple branches.
You have a lot of verticals. For next year's growth, you can chop it back again and get your horizontals in for more fruit. And we can work on focusing on 3 mains coming out once we get more horizontals in.
Alex, I must say these trees look great, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, man, the trees look like they're going to be healthier and produce more for us. So.
Yep. You can get in here, like this was a shady spot here that you can tell, but the way that it's laying, you can't do much more with that unless you're going to dramatically change the opposition of the tree. Slide it in back here and head on home. Okay.
So Alex, I really appreciate you coming out,
Yep,
man.
thank you.
I really needed help with our fruit trees, and you showed me how to prune them, and as you could tell, they definitely need it. But as you were pruning and we were chatting and talking as we were working, you saw, but we also were chatting a little bit too. You were pointing out a number of different things here around our homestead that could be profitable items that we could sell or others could sell at the market.
Yeah, when I look around your property here, you have redbud over by the goats. You have your pines that you can cut for tippings, especially in the fall for cash flow in winter. And you have goldenrod. You have your ornamental grasses. You have foxtail grass. You have things like right behind us here. You can dry this out and put it in your arrangements for $3 to $4 for a 15 stem bunch, selling to the wholesalers. There's so much around here that people don't even really think about that could be profitable. And not to mention your apple trees. You have those for things that you're making domestic, as well as the things that are going to be around your pond and more aquatic areas, I should say. So you have little microclimates in your woods, in your pond, everywhere.
So for individuals who are interested in maybe learning some of the things, the knowledge that you have, you're actually working on putting a course together for individuals to learn how to sell flowers and how to sell various items around their homestead. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the online course that we're building, it is taking what you know around your area and using it to your benefit as your homestead. Of course, a couple of things you can do is actually eat the flower, but another thing is you can profit from the flower. And what I mean by that is selling to wholesalers, retailers, farmers markets, CSAs, subscriptions, and the list goes on. It goes on forever, really. And basically what I'm teaching somebody to do is start the first process and exactly what to say, how to do it, and when to do it to sell the item or the product that you have on the cut flowers, that is. And it's a specialty thing, and that's one of the things that you can take away from your homestead and be profitable in the first year is cut flowers. And a lot of people don't really even think of something like that.
That is great information. And for those of you who are interested in learning about the information and the course that he is getting ready to offer in 2022,
right,
make sure you check out the link in the show notes below, and you can be on the wait list to be notified of when it is released. He's also planning to release some free information along those lines that can help you guys out as well. So make sure you check out that information. Alex,
thank you
again.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care. And there goes the flower guy. If you haven't already, check out his YouTube channel. It's so neat to see all the different flowers that he is growing and the things that he's doing. See you next time.